Hello beautiful people, welcome to the Sacred Life channel with Maria, the best place for radical transformation. Last week I asked you to choose a topic for me to talk about this week and somebody suggested I talk about comparison. So today I'll be talking about why comparison is so enrooted in us, and then more importantly, make sure to stick around until the end of the video because I'll be sharing a few tips and tricks that can help you overcome this negative habit. Unfortunately, comparison is enrooted in us because we were born on Earth. All of our predecessors were also born into this comparison kind of a world. It is taught to us in school and sports, and as we grow up, adding social media to the context just multiplies the effect of comparison because now all we do is scroll through social media and see everybody's highlight reel. We then begin this comparative cycle and it becomes extremely detrimental to our mind. We get stuck in a continuous cycle trying to validate or to prove our worth to the outside world, and we keep seeking this external validation when in reality, in order for us to achieve a satisfaction or peace, we just need to validate our own selves. By continuously seeking this outer validation, we're always going to want more, and it is never going to be enough. Comparison is one of the easiest traps to fall into and one of the toughest habits to break. Therefore, I want to encourage you to be patient with yourself as you try to end this habit. Here are my friend and I's tips and tricks on how we overcome this habit, and please make sure to let me know in the comments below how you do this. So set a timer on your social media pages, so whatever you spend the most amount of time on. That includes Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, whatever the case may be for you. You can go into your settings, set a timer, and it's a super easy way to track how much time you spend on that app each and every single day. You'll be shocked at the results if you haven't tried this before. If you're really seeking a challenge and want to give yourself a boost, go ahead and take a social media fast for 24 hours, a few days, a week, a month, however long you feel is appropriate. Tip number 3 is to release your judgmental thoughts. So because we have millions of thoughts a day, we're not going to be able to choose what thoughts come in and out. However, we can always choose to release these thoughts. And so by releasing these judgmental or comparative thoughts, it can be an effective way to help us end the cycle right before it begins. Because once the cycle begins, it's a lot more difficult to end it. Tip number 2 is learn to compete with yourself. Competition can be great if it's with yourself because that can be a measure of your growth and your progress rather than a negative, destructive kind of a comparison. And so, can you be more loving than yesterday? Can you have more fun than yesterday? Can you be more vulnerable? You get the gist. Be careful to not let this friendly competition with your own self, though, get out of hand and become something toxic. Make sure to honor those boundaries you have with yourself. And tip number 1, decide to be content now, because happiness isn't a destination. Happiness is a mindset. The grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Realize that everyone has a different journey, so make sure to have gratitude for yours. Next week, I'll be sharing a few health tips that I've been practicing over the past year that I've learned from Ayurveda or reading different books. They've helped my immune system stay really strong. Today's crystal wisdom affirmation: I am a spiritual warrior of the light. If you haven't already, make sure to click the subscribe button below, give this video a big fat thumbs up, and make sure to share it with your family and friends. Namaste.